Hi, good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. My name is Ronald Nzimora, and I just want to know if you guys can hear me. Can you guys hear me? If you can hear me, just type yes. I want to see the yeses, and just let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. So just use the chat box and let me know that you can hear me, please. Okay? Before we get started. Okay, so if you guys can hear me, just let me know. Let me know that you can hear me so that we can start in earnest, please. I can't see any responses, people. Should I go ahead? Okay, guys, can you hear me now? Can you see the screen? Can you hear me? Yeah, okay. Abiodun says yes, that he can hear me. Okay, who else can hear me? All right, so we're okay. Yinka can hear me. Okay, that's nice. That's nice. Yinka, welcome to the webinar. Yinka Abiodun Udo. Am I correct? Is that the correct pronunciation? Welcome to the webinar. Um, yeah, cool. Nice one, guys. Nice one. Okay. All right, welcome, guys. All right, so we're getting started. Okay, so good evening, everyone. My name is Ronald Ikenna Nzimora, and you're welcome to the Sell Your Brain Mastery webinar. This is actually the very first module of the Sell Your Brain Mastery class, but I'm making it available to everyone on the group because it's such an important part of the whole sell your brain topic, the idea of selling your ideas, your expertise, your hobbies, or a body of knowledge that you have. You basically need to understand everything that I'm going to discuss with you tonight. You need to understand it, and you need to have it integrated right inside you. Okay, so basically, I want to show you guys three things. I want to show you guys, I want to make sure that you guys understand the game plan. That's one. And then I'm going to show you guys how to find ideas that you can sell. And then lastly, I'm going to show all of you how to find the people who are the exact people who are going to buy your ideas and your expertise from you. So basically, that's what we're going to discuss here tonight. Okay, so first things first. All right, like I said, you need a game plan. Definitely need a game plan. Number two, you need to clear the head trash. Sorry, that should be head, not head. You know, you need to clear the trash out of your head. And lastly, you need to overcome fear. Because basically, these are the important things. Beyond the mechanics of business, you've got to understand that some things are important. What happens right in between your ears is very, very important. If you don't get that right, every other thing that you do is not going to work. You know, I've learned this over the years. I've learned that you've got to get your mind right, you've got to get your head right, you've got to have your head in a good place before you are able to make every other thing work. If you don't do that, if you're not able to do that, then every other thing you get, your results are going to be really, really tepid. Your dreams are going to be short-circuited. Your success is going to be really, really slow in coming. Okay, so number one, the game plan, and basically what the game plan means is it's basically how are you going to proceed. Okay, what do you want to do? Okay, and with the concept of selling your brain, how are you going to do it? Okay, now luckily for you, you are here right now. I'm going to give you a game plan. I'm going to basically show you step by step what to do, how to validate your assumptions, how to make sure that you don't make silly mistakes that rookies who come into this business make. That's one. Number two, you need to clear the head trash. You need to stop telling yourself things that are not there. Okay. I'm going to tell you guys a story. Back in 2003, when I stumbled on Success Digest, and I got introduced to the world of internet marketing. Basically, I was reading all of that. You know, I was trying out a whole lot of things. You know, I kept telling myself that the whole idea of, you know, selling stuff online, it wasn't something that I felt I could do as a business, right? You know, to me, I saw it more as something where I could just come in, make a few bucks, and leave. It took me years to actually understand that, look, this can be a business, this can be a really huge money maker, you know, and that and that basically it could actually help me fulfill all my dreams and my desires and my goals. Okay, so a lot of times, a lot people who start businesses, people who want to sell their brain, as more or less, they all have things that go in the head. They have things that they tell themselves. They have things that in their minds seem impossible. Okay, they tell themselves that, oh, I can do this and I can't do that. Oh, but that person is better than me, or I'm not worthy. There is a whole lot of things that you can tell yourself, and those things limit you. Those things paralyze you. Those things make you not move forward. Those things make you to basically sit down in one place and not do anything. Fine, you have the desire is there, but you don't back up that desire with action because you are telling yourself things. Your head is filled with a whole lot of trash that you are telling yourself, and each time you repeat it to your mind, to yourself, your mind internalizes it. Your mind, you know, forces it to become permanent. You know, and it's right there in your head, and it doesn't let you do stuff. And all of this stems from fear. When you tell yourself negative stuff, it creates fear, and fear paralyzes you. Okay, so you've got to learn to overcome fear. You've got to learn how to overcome fear, because I believe that if you overcome fear, then you're going to overcome a whole lot of things. You're going to begin to take action. You're going to begin to see results. Because the biggest reason why many people don't see results is because they're afraid to do stuff. They're afraid to pay for a course because they think it's too expensive and they're not going to get anything out of it. They're afraid to pay for a one-on-one class. They're afraid to buy software that they use. For example, for years and years and years, I refused to pay for an autoresponder. Like that was the stupidest thing one of the most stupidest things I ever did in business. I refused to pay for an autoresponder because I felt it was expensive. It wasn't because it was expensive. It was because I was afraid I wasn't going to be able to make money to pay for it. So I felt that like it was going to be money that would be lost if I paid for it. So that's just one example. There is a whole lot of ways that fear can paralyze you and make you not reach your goals. Okay? So what I want to show you today is to show you how to overcome fear. Now, if you want to overcome fear, there are three things you need to understand. Okay? You have to understand that there are psychological reasons why you have already done that thing that you really want to do. Okay? You want to do them, but you still have not done them. There are psychological reasons. Okay? Number two, you have to acknowledge that you are telling yourself these invisible scripts. You are telling yourself these assumptions. You are telling yourself all of these things that are true about your fears that are really not true. Okay? And then thirdly, you have to systematically put those assumptions to the test. Okay? You have to put those assumptions to the test. Now, when I started out, basically, I was afraid of a number of things. Okay? I was afraid of going to take an ordinary job and end up like everyone else. Okay, I wanted to be rich. I didn't want to go sit down in an office and work from 9 to 5 every day of my life, Monday to Friday, and have just Saturday and Sunday to myself. I wanted to be able to go to work when I wanted to go to work. I wanted to be able to close from work when I wanted to close from work. I wanted to be able to earn as much as I wanted to earn. Okay, so I knew that working at a 9 to 5 ordinary job wasn't going to get me that. Okay, now I had the good fortune of coming from a family where we had a lot of rich people. One of my uncles, Chief Victor Carfor, was back then. He's dead. He's late now. Back then, he was probably the richest able man in the country. In fact, he took on a title, called Ezego. Basically, what Ezego means is king of money. So, so basically, I had a good fortune of coming from a family of people who did business. I saw what money could do in people's lives, and I really wanted to be rich. Okay. Now, my own family wasn't well to do. We were not that poor, but then we were not rich. Okay. So I didn't have a lot of the things I wanted as a kid, and I always had to look at my friends while I was growing up, and I always had to see that they had some things that I wanted, but which my family couldn't get me. So I had that fear all through my growing up years and getting into adolescence and through my teenage years and all of that and growing up. I was afraid of never measuring up to my friends. Okay. I was also afraid of spending time on the wrong things and regretting it later. Okay. And I was afraid of doing that and then ending up poor and unknown and unrecognized. Now, a lot of people encounter, a lot of them have a whole lot of fears that they encounter. Okay. Now, a number of you who are watching right now, a number of you are going to have some of these fears starting out. Some of these fears are: I don't have enough time, I think selling is scammy, I don't live in an area where people are going to pay for something that I sell, I'm not confident enough to charge people money, I don't think this is a real business, I don't know what to say to convince someone to buy from me. And the biggest one of them all is: I don't have any idea or a skill or an expertise that can be sold for money. Now, what I want to do is to break down all of these assumptions, because all of these are assumptions, all of these are assumptions, all of these are assumptions that are wrong. So what I want to do right now is I want to break them down and show you why these assumptions are wrong, and begin to reprogram your mind as per how to think of them. Now, if you think about the fact, when you say that you don't have enough time, that is merely an excuse, and I'm going to explain why it's merely an excuse. Now, it's merely an excuse because you can always create time to build a business. You can always create time to do the things that please you. Okay? Have you noticed that a friend of yours comes to tell you about the movie, and says, this movie is so interesting, you've got to watch it. And no matter how busy you are, you somehow create time to watch that movie. Has that ever happened to you before? My point is, everybody everybody has time to do the things that interest them. Everybody has time to do the things that they really want to do. The reason why you think you do not have time is that you haven't gotten to the point where you really, really want to do this. Okay, so there's always enough time to do what you want to do. There's always, always enough time to do it. A week ago, that was last week, Wednesday, a friend of ours, Olugbenga Ajoton, he came in from London. He more or less came to see us. He wanted to discuss some things, and he didn't want to discuss it via the phone and all of that. So he traveled down to Nigeria to see us, and then also, um, see to some personal business of his. Now, Benga is a doctor. He lives in the UK. Now, if you know the schedule of doctors, you know that they are one of the busiest people on earth, more or less. Like, these guys are so busy. They are so busy. It's crazy. A lot of times. So what this guy does is he goes to work in the morning. He works his 10 to 14 days every day that he goes to work. And then when he comes from work, he creates 2 hours, works on his business within those 2 hours, and that's it. So despite the fact that he's busy, he knows that, look, in every 24-hour day, I'm going to keep 2 hours that I'll work on my business. So those 2 hours, he works on his business for those 2 hours, and
and he's good. Now, Benga makes millions and millions of naira every month selling his books, selling his coaching. He's a doctor, so he sells he sells to weight loss materials and weight loss information, and physical products. So he does all of that, and because he's a doctor, it's easy for him to do research and find out stuff about that topic, and then basically that's what he does. So he works on his business for 2 hours of every day. He creates that time. And that's because he understands the importance and the reason why he has to do that. Okay. So that's that for not having enough time. Now, number two is you think selling is scammy. Now, I do not think selling is scammy. I think that what happens is that most people do not most people most people uh, do not know how to sell. Okay, so they're uncomfortable selling, and I think it's a throwback from back when we were young. When people gave you money when you were young, your mom would beat you and say, "Do you know you do not collect money from strangers? You know, do not ever collect money from strangers. Don't you ever do that again." You know, or when even people that were not strangers give you money, you know, it was considered being being a spoiled child to take money from people you did not know. So basically because of that, I think that it caused it made many people to think that it was wrong to take money from people. So, but you have to understand that selling is selling. Selling is an exchange of value. Okay, so you give somebody value, and they give you money for it. Now, if you think selling is scammy, why would you buy something? Think about it. Why would you buy something from someone? Why would you get something else from someone? You buy food every day. You pay for your recharge cards. You pay for your fuel. You pay for your car repairs. You pay for your generators. You pay for your transport to and from work if you work. You pay for a whole lot of things every day. But you don't but you consider it normal. But when it's time for you to now ask somebody to pay you for something, you then think it's coming. It's that's something you're telling yourself, and that's a wrong notion. So you have to get rid of that notion. Selling is an exchange of value. You give somebody value, something very, very valuable, and then you get payment in return for that. Where selling is scammy is where you know that what you're selling to somebody is not quality, it's not good enough, it is fake, or it is a Ponzi scheme like MMM. That is where selling is scammy. You do not sell scammy stuff. I do not teach people how to sell scammy stuff. I teach them how to sell very high quality stuff, things that people that they sell to are going to appreciate and use and to better their lives. Then number three is I don't live in an area where people pay for this kind of info. Now, the people that I hear who say this a lot of the time are people who don't live in Lagos or Abuja or Port Harcourt. Now, that's wrong. Again, that's wrong. One of my best friends is Patrick Ogidi. Patrick was living in Owerri, Imo State, and he was living there, and he basically was running his business right from Owerri until I badgered him to move down to Lagos, and he did. So basically, he was doing all of his business in Owerri, and he was making a whole lot of money while he was in Owerri. Until I said, dude, he's got to move to Lagos so that we are going to be closer, and basically you are going to be open to more opportunities right here in Lagos. And even though I told him that it took him another 2 years to make that move, you know, so it really doesn't matter where you live. All you need to have wherever you are and wherever you live is you need to have access to the internet. As long as you have very good access to the internet, then it doesn't matter where you live. Okay, I live here in Lagos, Nigeria, and I sell to people I've sold to people in Australia, I've sold to people in the US, the people in the United Arab Emirates, people in Pakistan, I've sold to people in India, I've sold to people in Canada, I've sold to people in Romania, I've sold to people in Ukraine. I don't even speak Russian, but I've sold to people who speak Russian. I've sold to people in New Zealand, I've sold to people in Fiji. Okay, so it's really not hard to do that. Okay, all you need is an internet connection, and you can sell to anybody anywhere in the world. But of course, when you are starting out, I suggest you start out with Nigeria. You sell to people in Nigeria so that you can learn and master the ropes before you start thinking about selling to people abroad. Okay, so I'm not confident enough to charge people money. Of course, this is also another excuse and another fear that holds a lot of people back. But then again, like I always say, I understand it. I understand why it is so. And if you're not confident enough to charge people money, all you simply need to do is to learn how to sell. Just learn how to sell. If you learn how to sell, then it's going to be easy for you to charge people money. You're going to be confident to charge people money. Over the course of the remaining modules, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to sell. I'm going to be teaching you how to ask people for what you are worth and get it. I'm going to be teaching you guys how to price your products. I'm going to be teaching you a whole lot of other things. But just understand that the way to overcome this is to learn how to sell, learn how to market, and when you do it long enough, you're definitely going to just become confident. You won't even know when it will happen. You just find yourself, just basically just charging what you're worth and having people pay. Okay. Then the fifth reason is the fifth fear that many people encounter is they think that this is not a real business. Like I said earlier, I also had this issue. I also had this issue, and when I started out in 2003, I basically did not think it was real business. I just felt it was something that could just make me money on the side. It took me a couple of years to basically understand that I could turn it to a real business. That it could be a real business, just like Promasido is a real business, just like Narabet is a real business, just like Dangote Group is a real business. So this is a real business, okay? So it can be a one-man thing for you, or it can be a business where you hire a whole lot of people working for you. Right now, we have a number of people working with us, to make this happen. So we are no longer a one-man band thing. For a number of years, it was a one-man band thing for a number of years. But right now and lately, it's no longer a one-man band thing for us. So we have a number of people working, working for us to make it happen. So basically, you just have to choose your poison and drink it. Do you want it to be a one-man business thing for you, something that you can run all by yourself and handle it? Fine. But you have to understand that if you want to do it that way, then you're going to be limited to a certain range of income. Okay? Do you want to have employees, have people handle different aspects of the business for you, and so that you can maximize this business to the fullest of extent, just like we are currently doing? Fine, you can also do that. Okay, but understand the fact that it is, yes, it is a real business, and it is basically up to you how big or small you want your business to be. Then 6, I don't know what to say to convince someone from buying from me. This is related to number 4, right? So it's still basically the same thing. You don't know how to sell. All you simply need to do is learn how to sell. You have to learn the art of copywriting. Okay, you have to learn the art of using words to seduce, using video to seduce. Okay, you have to learn the arts of using podcasts and all of that to sell to people. So subsequently, in the mastery class and the other modules, we're going to be learning a whole lot about how to do this. And also from time to time, we're going to be posting inside the group, and showing you how to do this. And then the biggest of them all, I don't have any idea, skill, or expertise that can be sold for money. Now, this is a blatant lie. The thing is, you are lying to yourself. You have a lot of ideas right now. You have a lot of skills right now. You have a lot of expertise that can be sold for money right now. You have it. The problem is you don't know how to identify it. Okay, how do you identify it? That's what I'm going to show you now. I'm going to show you how to know what to sell online, and how to identify that thing that you have inside you that can be sold for money. So another big question I get from people is, what is it that I'm going to sell for money? Now, what you want to sell, ideally, is a superior version of either a digital product, a physical product, or a rendered service that is already selling well with superior advertising. I'm going to come again. What you want to sell, ideally, is a product, digital or physical, or a service that you render to people, and you do that with superior advertising. But you have to also make sure that somebody elsewhere is already selling that product very, very successfully. And I'm going to explain why this is very, very important, because a whole lot of times, what people do is they try to come up with brand new ideas. They try to come up with something new. They don't want to do what somebody else has done before. They want to chart a path. They want to be Christopher Columbus. Hello, you are not Marco Polo. You are not Christopher Columbus. Okay? There's no America, no new world to discover anymore. As far as business is concerned, it is not a very good idea to go out and chart a new path. The easiest way to fail in this business is to try to do something unique. Try to sell a new product. You can do something unique. You can sell the product that is already selling successfully in a unique way. What I'm saying is, almost 100% of the time, if you try to sell a brand new product that is not already selling, you're most likely going to fail. I've seen it a whole lot of times. A whole lot of times I've seen it. So your job really is to is not to try to chart a new path. Okay? Because what people do is that they are going to choose a niche topic, or they will come up with an idea for a product. Then they cash out their money, their savings. They create that product based on that new idea, and then they try to sell it, and then they hear all this silence. Nobody buys. Nobody is interested, you know, because they're sitting down there and they're thinking, oh, wow, this is a very good idea that I just got. Well, it is going to sell. Everybody needs it. Everybody. Like, it is going to so sell, and they're excited, and they don't sit down and pause, and they don't ask themselves, how am I even sure that people are going to buy this? I'm going to give you an example. When you go to the shopping malls, okay, you see a whole lot of guys. I'm not talking about the little girls now. Those ones are different. You see some guys who come up to you with a CD in their hands and say, oh, please buy my CD and make some songs. Hello. And each time they walk up to me, showing me their CDs, I laugh because, I mean, sometimes I want to humor them, so I buy the CDs. And when I put it in the car to play it, basically, what I see is that the music is really, 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 really terrible, right? Really, really terrible. So now, those kind of people, the only person who is going to buy their CD, is probably their mother, because of course moms they want to encourage their children. So so it's the same thing with ideas. Before you sell anything, make sure before you create any product, before you go import that physical product, before you join that MLM, before you sit down and write that book, make sure you validate it. Because if you do not validate it, it might fall flat on its face. Okay? You have to understand that the market comes first before your idea or your product. First of all, find the market. And then when you're sure that there's a market, you now go find an idea that fits that market. Don't be a pioneer. It costs too much to be a pioneer. Follow a road that has already been paved. Okay, follow a road that has already been paved. I can't say this well enough. Okay, you already have everything that you need to sell right inside your brain. All you need to do is to find it, and then find out if somebody else is already selling that thing successfully. So how do you decide on what to sell? Okay, how do you find out that thing that is inside you? How do you know what it is? The first thing you do is, right now I want you to find a pen and paper, or maybe a small notebook, and start writing down stuff. Okay, how do you extract the ideas and the hobbies that are inside you, especially if they don't are not already obvious to you? How do you extract that body of knowledge, that expertise that you have? Okay, the first thing is you answer these following questions. Number one is, what are your hobbies? What are the things that you enjoy doing? For example, myself, I love playing video games. I love writing. I love reading. I love creating marketing plans. I love coming up with ideas for companies to sell stuff. In fact, over the years, what I've done is I write down a lot of ideas. I find companies that I like, and I send them those ideas. Of course, many times I don't hear anything back, but then sometimes I hear from them and they say, oh, thank you, we had these ideas. Can you come work on them for us? And that's how we've gotten some of the clients that we have in our consulting firm right now. So list what are your hobbies, what are things that you enjoy doing. Do you enjoy cooking? Do you enjoy horse riding? Do you enjoy writing? What is things that you enjoy? Just write it down. Write all of it down. Now I have to sound a note of caution. Do not discard anything. Your job right now is to write. Don't discard anything. Nothing is too mundane. Nothing is too ordinary. Your job is not to It's not to vet at this point. No, just write. What are your current skills? Do you know how to paint? Do you know how to draw? Do you know how to cook? Can you design websites? Can you design graphics? Maybe you're a wizard with numbers. One of our group members, for the Sell Your Brain Society, one of our group members is Jordan Wachubu. Jordan left a job in banking to start a photography business. He does magic with pictures and videos. Like, the guy is good. I saw some of the pictures that he took, and some of the videos that he's done, and I'm like, wow, this guy is good. Okay, so now what he teaches people, how to brand themselves with video and images. Powerful stuff, I tell you. What did you learn in the past that you do now almost effortlessly? Is there something that you do for others effortlessly when asked? Write it down. I get asked for advice about business a lot. I, I know how to make things really, really clear. Okay, I find it easy to research and find information on practically anything at all. Okay, when I was in university, I used to be called the walking Google, because if people needed an answer to anything, or there was an argument about anything, all they needed to do was to find me. Okay, because you'll be like, oh no, IT is going to know the answer. He's the walking Google. Okay, so basically, what have you, what comes naturally to you? What do you do for people that you enjoy doing? You don't even ask people for money to do it. What is that thing? Write it down. Number four, what are your educational qualifications? What did you study? What did you study in university? Do you have a master's or a doctorate? In what field do you have those? Okay. Are you a doctor? Benga Aejoton is a doctor, and he sells weight loss. He's a weight loss coach. He coaches ladies on how to lose weight and all that. Are you a nurse? Are you an engineer? Are you in accounting? If you're in accounting, if you know how to balance books, and help businesses structure their numbers, handle their taxes and all of that, that is a skill that you can sell. In fact, one of our group members is about engaging his company, Kite Mark, as our accountants for our businesses, all our businesses. Okay, so what did you study in school? You never know. Maybe that's where your idea is going to come from. What's your work experience? What job positions have you held in the past? Okay, where have you worked in the past? What job positions did you hold there? What have you figured out to do for yourself? What is that thing that you have taught yourself how to do? Okay, what is it that you have taught yourself how to do? Have you ever wanted to learn something and nobody was there to teach you how to do it? And then you forced yourself, and then you learned how to do it. What is that thing? So, because when you do that, you will have made a whole lot of try and error, before you figure out how it works. Okay, so write down that. Okay, so then what skill or body of knowledge has been passed on to you by your parents or your grandparents? I was reading the newspapers some years ago, and it was an interview of Quincy Ayodele. Quincy Ayodele owns Quincy Herbal Slimmers. Okay, she's a multi-millionaire over and over and over again. Okay, and she was saying that the idea for her slimming business, her weight loss slimming business, came from her grandparents. Okay, and her parents. So they taught her how to, when she was growing up in the village, they taught her how to use herbs to keep her weight down. So when she married and quit her job and she wanted to start a business. She remembered all of that stuff that her grandparents and her parents had taught her, and then she translated into a business called Quincy Herbal Slimmers, and that's one of the most popular weight loss outfits in the country today. Many old people pass on a lot of info to their children. My mom passed on. Right now, as I speak to you, I know how to select the sex of a baby. I know what to do if you are married and to have a boy or a girl if you want to. Because my mom taught my family planning for years, so she would tell me things. Whenever I was at home and I was looking for something to read, I would grab her books and I would read it. And when she saw me reading that, she would come and explain what those things are. So I actually know how to do sex selection, and that is something that I can sell. That is something that I can sell. So when you make these lists, okay, your lists are going to fall into some of the markets that I'm going to show you right now. They're going to fall into one or two or more of them. Okay. The the biggest markets are the health and fitness market, the money and business market, and the sex and relationship markets. So under health and fitness, we have things like we have sub markets. Now, and at this point, let me explain what these sub markets mean. Now, you can't just go and create a product for health and fitness, no, because health and fitness is too wide. Sex and relationships is too wide. Travel is too wide. Money and business is too wide. What you have to do is you are going to take that bigger market and then look for the subs, the smaller markets that are inside the bigger market, and then focus on those ones. So under health and fitness, we have fat loss, we have alternative medicine and natural healing. We have specific health problems like cancer, fibroid, high blood pressure, diabetes, sleeplessness, beauty, etc., etc. We have fertility and pregnancy. We have stress management, bodybuilding, and general wellness. Under relationships and dating, we have dating, of course. We have marriage. We have sexuality. Okay. Now, by sexuality, I mean um, how to get better at sex, how to enjoy sex, and all of that, and all of that. We have divorce, we have networking. How do people network? Then we have romance. Then business and money, we have real estate, foreign exchange, investing, retirement, starting a business, making money, also known as business opportunities. We have marketing, time management. Okay, we have business opportunities here too. Investing abroad, not locally now, investing abroad. We have asset relocation, business registration, business negotiations, imports, exports, real estate, stocks and equities, sales, loans, event planning, bookkeeping and accounting, writing and publishing, and so on and so forth. Okay. Now, others, we have travel. Under travel, we have visas issues. How do you get visas to go to different countries? How do you immigration? How do you move to other countries? How do you get second passports and green cards of other countries? And how to vacations, going on vacations to other countries. Computers and internet, we have web design, we have software, we have mobile apps, SMS services, email services, programming, graphic design. Under jobs and careers, we have CV writing, job applications, interview processes, salary raises. Under family life, we have parenting skills, child potty training, homeschooling. Under education, we have foreign study, homeschooling, online tutoring, languages, test preparation, and certification guides. What I mean by test preparation and certification guides is like people who write ICANN and people who write all those professional exams, right? So you can actually create a product to teach them how to pass those exams. JAM and all of that. Under pets and animal, we have dog training, cat training, parrot training, dog healthcare, cat healthcare, general pet healthcare, and all of that. On self-improvement, we have success mindset training, neuro-linguistic programming, mind power, self-defense, public speaking. Under sports, you have betting, football, basketball, martial arts, any other sport. Under home and crafts, you have sewing, crafts, alternative energy. What I mean by alternative energy is solar power and all of that. We have automobiles, interior design, music, how to play different kind of music. Under food, we have cooking and recipes, gardening and farming guides. Then under beauty, we have grooming and makeup. Now, these are just a sample of the sub niches in all of these major niches. There are just more of them. I just didn't want to pack on everything, into the slides. There is a whole lot of them. If you want to find out more subcategories of these major niches, just go to clickbank.com/marketplace.htm. That is www.clickbank.com/marketplace. Marketplace is one word, /marketplace.htm. That is www.clickbank.com/marketplace.htm. Okay, now when you have made your list, okay, when you have made your list, like remember that I told you that you 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 do not discount anything yet. You just make your whole list. So when you have your list, so probably by now, after you've made your list, you will probably have 5 things on your list, or 10 things on your list, or 20 things on your list. Who knows? You know, of course, you're not going to do 5 or 10 or 20 things at the same time. No, you're not going to do that. You're going to do one thing at a time. So you do not decide yet on which one is going to be. What you do is to follow the next three rules that I'm going to show you right now. Okay. Now, rule number 1: never decide on a niche market to go after unless you know there's a demand for a lot of products in that niche market. The people in that niche market must be buyers. What do I mean by buyers? They must be people that are able to buy, people that earn money and are able to buy. For example, you can create a product targeted at children, and the product will be how to watch TV even when daddy and mommy say you shouldn't watch TV. You create an ebook on it. You can do that. You can create an ebook on it, give it a beautiful cover, 20-page ebook, or whatever the number of pages is. But you're not going to sell it. You know why? Because those kids do not have any money to buy anything. So it doesn't matter how many times or how hard you work at it, you're not going to sell one copy. Nobody's going to buy it from you because the people that you're targeting are not buyers. End of story. Number 2, you have to be, that's number 2 of rule 1, right? There must be tens of thousands of people in that niche market. There must be thousands of people. You don't want to create a product where the niche market who can ever buy from you is just 500 people. If you sell to all 500 of them, well, how else are you going to make money? Right? Makes sense, right? Okay, so that's it. You shouldn't choose a market that is very, very tiny. No, you have to make sure that your market has a lot of people in it. And then they must be easy to reach via advertising. Those people will be easy to reach with advertising. Okay, you should be congregating somewhere. For example, you can advertise on Facebook to mothers, for example. Mothers are easy to reach via advertising, right? So how do you verify this? How do you make sure that rule number 1 is taken care of? you do that in Google Keyword Planner. So I'm going to leave the slides for a minute now, and I'm going to move over to Google Keyword Planner and show you, do a demonstration for you guys so that you see what I mean. All right, so let's go now. So I'm in my browser, and we're here. So basically what you do is, okay, you type in Google Keyword Planner. You type it in Google. So Google is going to show you, the very first result in the searches is the keyword planner. All right. So you click on it and you log in. Okay. So it says sign in to AdWords. To sign in, you need to have a Gmail address, please. Make sure you have a Gmail address, otherwise you're not going to be able to sign in. You have a Gmail address, and then you sign in with your Gmail address. So click on sign in to AdWords. If it is your first time on AdWords, it will help you create an account on AdWords. Okay, so once you have signed in, this is what you're going to see. You're going to see. So we're inside keyword planner now, right? So it says find new keywords and get search volume data, right? So you're going to see these three options here. There are three options here, right? So the first one says search for new keywords using a phrase, a website, or a category. Get search volume data trends. Multiply keywords list. All our concern is with this first one. Search for new keywords using a phrase, website, or category. So you click on it, and it shows you a drop down. So it drops down and shows you all these forms. So you enter your, one by one, you enter all those ideas that you have written down. Okay. So let's say that that I've written. I want to, after I have done all the exercise that I just put you through now. I answered those questions, and I have three niches that I want to go after. Okay, I want to teach people how to select the sex of their baby, right? Sex, baby sex selection. Okay, so I said or I want to teach. I want to teach people how to select the sex of the baby. I want to show them how to get pregnant, right? And then I also want to teach people how to make money online, for example. So I'm going to start with make money online. Okay. So I type in the phrase there, and then I scroll down a bit. Now under targeting, you have to make sure that Nigeria shows up here. Under locations, make sure that Nigeria is showing up there, and there is no other country there. If there's any other country there, just go to that country and click on remove. Okay, so make sure that Nigeria shows up there. And then under date range, okay, make sure that it's showing for the last 12 months. You can see it here for the last 12 months. And then you click on get ideas. And then you wait for it a bit to load. And then it's going to show you all of these bars, right? Now, look at the average number of searches for this phrase. This phrase, make money online. So this is 10,000, 10K, that's 10,000, 20K, 20,000, 30K, 30,000, and 40,000. Okay? This is from July 2015 to June 2016. We're in July, so it is by next month that we'll start seeing July 2016 numbers. So they're showing us the last 12 months, number of searches for the keyword make money online and related keywords from July 2015 to June 2016. So in June 2016, this keyword and related keywords was searched for, you can see it, 38,990 times. Can you see it? June 2016 alone, it was searched for 38,990 times. Okay, in May 2016, 38,110 times. In April 2016, 33,970. So you see that as the months go by, more and more people are trying to make money online. So they're searching. They're searching Google because these results are the searches on Google alone. Okay, so if we go down, scroll down a little bit, you are going to see all the different searches that people are using. So how to make money online, earn money online, how to make money, earn money online, how to make money fast, work from home, how to earn money, and so on and so forth. If I click on this heading here, it's going to arrange it in order. It's going to arrange it in order of number of searches from high to low. Okay, so how to make money 8,100, how to make money 6,600, online business 1,900, work from home 720, and so on and so forth and so on and so forth. All right. So now you should note down all the searches that you make. Note down anyone that has at least 5,000 searches for the last 6 months, for the last 6 to 12 months. Okay, at least 5,000 searches a month for the last 6 to 12 months. Okay, so let's use another example. Okay, let's say marriage, right? Okay, let's see. So let's see marriage. Okay, so this is marriage. 29,120. Sorry. So marriage, the keyword marriage has 29,120 searches in June 2016. It has 28,820 in May 2016, 27,520 in April 2016, 26,150 in March 2016. Okay, so it says, what is marriage? Relationship tips, relationship advice, marriage counseling has 320 searches, preparing for marriage, Christian marriage, definition of marriage, married, and so on, marriage vows, marriage counseling, okay, communication in marriage, marriage books. Can you see that? Relationship problems, marriage problems. You see what you see what I mean? So there you go. All right, so let's search for pregnancy. So you do all of the ideas that you have on your list. You do these searches for them one by one, and you eliminate anyone that doesn't have at least 5,000 searches. So pregnancy, we have 113,580 for the keyword pregnancy. 113,580 in June 2016. In May 2016, it was 114,950. In March 2016, it was 119,460. This is incredible, incredible. So let's see the, oh, wow, wow. Okay, pregnancy calculator, ovulation, early signs of pregnancy, symptoms of pregnancy, signs of pregnancy, pregnancy week by week, pregnancy tests, signs of early pregnancy, how to get pregnant. Can you see that, people? Pregnancy symptoms. Somebody who is looking for pregnancy symptoms want to know if they are pregnant, right? Stages of pregnancy, early pregnancy symptoms, online pregnancy tests, how to get pregnant fast. Aha! There you go, people. There you go. Pregnant women, early symptoms of pregnancy, signs of pregnancy, teenage pregnancy, so on and so forth. So So, so this is how you determine, um, you check how many times people are searching, you determine demand, you make sure that people are actually looking for this information before you move ahead with it. So anyone that doesn't have at least 5,000 searches, we eliminate it at this point. Just eliminate it. It really doesn't. It really is not going to work. We don't want what people are searching for. Maybe we want what they are searching for. Surely. All right. So that's it. All right. So going back to our slides. So rule number 2. It is risky to aim to be the first in your market. Please be like Melanie Trump, okay? Copy. Copy. Okay? The Trumps don't give a shit what you or anybody thinks anyway. They do it for publicity. They don't have money to throw around for campaigns, so they gain their own publicity anyhow they want. So be like them. Copy. Facebook copied MySpace and High Five. How many of you know about MySpace and High Five? Did you ever use it? Yeah. Facebook took what was good in MySpace and what was good in High Five and put it together and created Facebook. God is good motto is copy young shall grow. The end. Start Times copied DSTV. Nairabe copied Bet365 in the UK, and so on and so forth. See, in business, look for what works and copy it. End of story. Okay? Just don't copy people's design. Designs are copyrightable. Ideas are not copyrightable. Let me say this again. Ideas are not copyrightable. Okay, so nobody is going to come and say, "Oh, you stole my idea." It doesn't work like that. Okay. So rule. So you search for your competitors. Search for competitors. Make sure that whatever ideas that you have left, start searching for them again one by one. Go to Google, start searching for them one by one, and see if people are already selling something on that. Because the truth is, you want to have competitors. Why do you want to have competitors? Because having competitors tells you that people are actually selling this thing. It is no longer an unproven idea. It is already a proven idea. So people are already selling this stuff to other people who are already buying it. Now, you may think, oh, if people are already selling it to other people who are already buying it, why would they buy my own? No, but they will buy your own. You know why? Because people are buyers, are buyers, are buyers, are buyers. People buy all sorts. Think about it. How many love movies have you ever watched in your life? How many action movies have you watched in your life? If you like horror movies, how many horror movies have you watched? Okay. Now, if you like books on business, how many business books have you read? Do you just read one business book and say, oh, okay, I've learned everything that I need to know? That's it. How many? Nobody does that. Nobody. How many seminars have you attended on the same topic before? Yeah, that's right. More than one, right? There you go. So people are also going to buy one, even if they've bought other people's one. All right. Okay. So now, so you take your idea, each of those things on your list, and then you search for competitors. So the keywords are used. So let's say, for example, that you the marriage is on your list. So you search for marriage plus guru, and also search for marriage plus best-selling book, and also search for marriage plus blog. Then you also add Nigeria to the end of each of this. Also add Nigeria to the end of each of this. Okay, and see what results that you get. We want to make sure that there are other people and other experts are already selling this thing to other people successfully before we bother with it. If you do these searches and you can't come up with anything for the things on your list, for the ideas and niche markets on your list, please eliminate it at this point. So let me do a little demonstration, okay? Using the marriage theme again, the married niche. So we go back to Google and we say, okay, I think we are done with the planner, okay. Okay, so we say marriage plus guru. Okay, so it shows us all of these sites. So it says married guru, the married guru. Okay, it's showing us you know the word guru is actually an Indian word for prophet or sage or whatever. So they're basically showing us a lot of Indian stuff. So we change the word guru and change it to experts. Let's see what we get now. Aha, okay. So there we go, there we go, there we go. So Huffington Post. Huffington Post is a very, very credible website. So it says marriage advice. Experts give their most unexpected advice or something like that. The Gottman Institute. So they call themselves the country's foremost get help based on research by the country's foremost relationship expert. Who the hell is that? Let's see. Okay, so this is Huffington Post. So Huffington Post is listing advice from different marriage experts. Okay, so psychologist Harriet Lerner, PhD, author of Marriage Rules. Jane Carroll, advice columnist for Early Magazine. John Gray, the author of Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. Oh, okay. Iris Krasnow, author of The Sacred Lives of Wives. Andrea C. Taj, Laurie Jeber, Laura Berman, and so on and so forth. Okay, so this is the Gottman Institute. Professionals. Okay, couples. About. Okay, so doctors John and Julie Gottman. Okay, married and couples. Okay, so we see that there are experts on this topic. Okay, so we don't remove it from our list, so it stays. Okay, so we search again. We go back to Google and look for Married Plus best selling book. Okay, so Amazon, of course. I mean, that's the best place to go. So these are the best-selling books in the topic of marriage as of today on Amazon. So it says the five love languages, the secret to what? Let's open that and see. And here it says so book number 2 by Gary Chapman. So this guy must be an expert, right? The guy has 3 of his books in the bestseller list for the keyword marriage. This is incredible, really. Okay, five love languages, everything. Oh, okay, that's the paperback, the Kindle edition, and the audio edition. This guy is killing it. He's killing it. Okay, then number 4, the 7. Okay, guys, the Gottman guys that we just the Gottman guys that we just looked at their website right now. Their book is number 4 on the bestseller list. Timothy Keller, The Meaning of Marriage, Love and Respect, Emerson Eggerichs. How to Be a 3% Man, Corey Wayne. Gary Herbert wrote the sales letter for this book. Uh, okay. So there you go. So there are experts on this topic for marriage. There are books on this topic for marriage, right? So what else is in our slide? Let's see. Marriage plus blog. So there's a blog, Stay Married blog. So there are plenty blogs, right? 20 must read blogs for. So there are plenty blogs. Okay. So okay. So there you go. Now, like I said, another thing you can do is you start adding Nigeria to the end of your searches. So this one says Nigerian wedding blog. We want a marriage blog. We don't want a wedding blog. Okay, there's no marriage. Okay, nope. Oh, Niger husband. Aha, Niger husband. This is a marriage blog. This is nice. Niger husband. Let's see. Conversations between a not so typical Nigerian husband and his wife. Now, I love this. Husband, not child. Two scary words. Mommy Modupe, I hope you are. I hope you are you're observing this, right? Okay. All right. So there are blogs in Nigeria. Okay, let's search for books really. Let's search for marriage book Nigeria. I don't want to add bestselling because okay. Top 5 books to read before you marry. Connect Nigeria. Six family booster. Okay, so this is another site. Family booster ministry. Hmm. Secrets of an irresistible wife. Secrets of an irresistible husband. Hot and sizzling marriage. Sexual fulfillment in marriage. 6,000. Okay. Okay. The bundle is 6,000. Oh wow, this is good. This is good, really. BC Adewale. Hmm. I see. Okay. So back to our slides. I'm going to be hurrying up. It's almost 11 o'clock. Jeez. Okay. So rule number 3. Do you like this niche? Okay. Rule number 1 is make sure that you have to validate it. Make sure that there's demand. Okay. Rule number 2. Make sure there is competition. That there are other people selling it. And then rule number 3. Do you like the niche? If you don't like it, because if you don't like it, you're going to find it very hard pushing something you don't like. Okay, so if you like it, it stays in your list. If you don't like it, then remove it. Really. Okay. So makes things easier. So rule is choose. So now you're going to be left with when you have finished all of this, right? You follow these 3 rules. But vetting your list, you're going to be left with a couple of them. No, so number 1 is you choose the one that you like the most. Now, if you like all of them equally, because you can't do everything, you're going to do one thing. Remember, if you like 2 of them equally, or you just can't decide which one to go, and what you do is you do a survey. Okay, I'm going to post on the group tomorrow. I'm going to post a document that shows you how to do a proper survey, how to do a survey, the questions to ask in your survey. I'm going to post it tomorrow in the group. Okay, but to set up your survey, what you can use the free Google Forms tool. to set up your survey, or if you prefer a paid solution, I always like paid solutions. Don't mind me. It's not because I can pay for them, it's because they are they generally work far better and have more functionality than the free tools. So, and SurveyMonkey is a very good one to use, and they're cheap too. I think it's $10 every month for 400 respondents thereabouts. So, so the next thing you do, the third thing you do, is you create your avatar, or what is called your ideal client. You want to know who your ideal customer is. Who to know You want to know who your ideal customer is and where to find them. So you've basically done step one, which is clear your head trash. You've done step two. We now have an idea what you want to sell. So who is going to buy it? Who will buy it from you? And where will you find that person who is going to buy it? Where are you going to find that person? Who is that person? Where do they? Who is it really? Because you can't just go online and start shouting to the whole world to come and buy your stuff. You don't do that. If you do that, it's not going to work. That is called praying and hoping. In business, you don't pray and hope. No, you do what you need to do, and then pray if you want to. Okay, so you start by knowing these four things. How do you find them? When you find them, what do they want? Now, beyond what they want, what do they need? And where do they hang out? Right? To get started right, you need to get inside of their minds. To find out these things, you need to get inside of their minds. And you need to use what I call Facebook research. Now, there are two parts to the Facebook research. So there's Facebook research 1, and there's Facebook research 2. Okay? So I'm going to show you how to do that now. Now, Facebook research 1 is basically using Facebook to find out who your ideal customer is. Okay, so what you do is you use a tool inside of Facebook called custom audiences. Okay, now for you to have custom audiences activated on your Facebook account, you should have already run an ad with Facebook before. You need to have an ad that they have approved before, so you can have access to custom audiences. So if you have not run an ad on Facebook now, this won't work for you right now. So what I need you to do is just set up an ad, run it. No matter what kind of ad it is, just set up an ad and run it, and then pause it and delete it. And you automatically have access to this stuff. Okay, so how you do it, what you do is you go to manage ads, because once you have an ad that has already been approved, you're going to have that show up in your Facebook profile. So you're going to see manage ads. Another manage ad, you're going to see your name, like my name is showing up here. You're going to see your name, and then you click on it, and it's going to load Facebook Ads Manager, right? And then under Facebook Ad Manager, right here where it says account, Ronald, Iken, and Zimara, you click on it. Let me see. Oh, okay, hold on. Oh, sorry. The internet is kind of slow right now. So just a little patience. Ouch, hanging. Okay, so we're back. So okay, let me take all of that again. Okay. So you go to manage ads. Manage ads. Then your name shows up here, which is linked to your ad account. You click on it. Then it loads your ads. You see, shows your ads. Maybe not all of it, maybe some of it that you have run before in the past. And then on top here where it says Ad Manager, you click on it. And then you click on Audience Insights. You click on it, it shows you a drop-down menu. Then you click on Audience Insights. So you wait for it to open up. Okay, so it pops up this box, and you select everyone on Facebook. Everyone on Facebook shows up. So our location is Nigeria. So automatically, by default, the location you're going to see here is the United States. All right. So you want to click on the little X. Just put your cursor over the name of the country, and then at the end you're going to see a little X that says remove, and then you click on it to remove it. So when you remove it, you now type Nigeria because we want a Nigerian audience, right? So Nigeria shows up, and then you click on Nigeria, and it adds it. Okay, now under age and gender, you want to need to leave it as the default age, and then gender, you want it to be all. Now under interest, you now type your niche market that you have chosen. Okay, so I'm going to still use the married example. Okay, what other keywords are related to marriage? What other keywords? Divorce, right? What other keywords are related to marriage? Romance, right? Romance, love. Okay. So as you're doing it, you see that Facebook is loading up everything as related to Nigeria. It's telling you how many people in your country have put these interests or have these interests. Okay, so family and relationships. Okay, let me remove love. Let me remove romance, love, and see what happens. Well, let me even remove divorce. Let me just keep it at this. Okay. Now under demographic. Now look here. Look right here. Now here's what it's telling us, right? It's supposed to show us underneath here. It's supposed to show us the number of people, but it's not showing it now. I think the internet is kind of slow. It's supposed to show us the number of people that have all of these interests. Now, what it's telling us is that 44% of women on Facebook are interested in marriage, okay, versus 56% of men. And this is the age range. wait for this. This is the age range. 30% of the women are between the ages of 25 to 34. And 33% of the men are between that same age. 18% of the men are of the women are between the ages of 35 to 44. 17% of the men are that age. 11% of the men of the women are between the ages of 45 to 54 versus 9% of the men. Okay, so what this tells me is that the age to target, as far as marriage is concerned, is between the ages of 25 and 44, because they make up the highest number of the demographic. And are you guys following? Because when you add 30% plus 18%, that gives you 48%. That's nearly half of the total number. So this is the best age to target when you want to sell. So your ideal customer, if you are selling a marriage product, is someone who is between the ages of 25 and 44. That is your ideal customer. Now, we want to now know what the relationship status is. So we scroll down. Now, 39% of them are single and 39% of them are married. Now, this is real funny. so, but then of course we're talking marriage here, so we'll concentrate on the married people, right? So 39% of those who are between this age range, who are interested in marriage, so now your ideal customer is between the ages of 25 to 44, is married. Now, what kind of jobs do they do? Look at their jobs. They mostly work in arts, entertainment, and sports. Let's click on selected audience, okay, so that it shows from highest to lowest. So they mostly work in management. All those people that work very late, they don't come back home on time, it puts a strain on their marriage and all of that. Most of them also work in administrative positions, sales positions. So sales positions, they walk around, they go around doing a lot of marketing, they come back doctor, they can fulfill homely duties and all of that. Arts and entertainment production, personal care, transportation, and moving, food preparation, and so on and so forth. So now your ideal client most likely is an employee, because from all of these, look at them, 37% of them work in management, administrative, 27% of them. So your ideal client is female and male, but more likely female, because when you multiply all of this, this gives you 48%, and this gives you 50, really. Okay. So male and female. So your ideal client is either male or female. It's between the ages of 25 to 44 and works at a job. And their level of education, they went to college. They are graduates. So ideal client is a graduate who works as a salaried employee, is between the ages of 25 to 44, and is either male or female, but most likely female. Now, I want to see what pages that they like. What pages do these people like? What pages do they visit? Ouch, on internet. Okay, let me refresh this page again and see what happens. It's not showing us. The internet is kind of slow, I think. Okay, it's coming, yeah. Is here. So they like John Dumelo, they like Stephanie Okereke, they like Uche Jumbo, they like Genevieve. Many of them use OLX. They listen to Wazobia FM. So if you want to target people like this, where do you go to? If you want to reach people in this demographic, what radio station do they listen to? They listen to Wazobia. All right. They like beautiful relationships, which is probably a group. They like buying Knorr, they pick milk, Indomie, and Coca-Cola products. They like Tonto Dike. They like watching Big Brother Africa and MTN Project Fame. They use Samsung products mostly, always Nigeria. They like mobile also. They even like they use Facebook a lot. A number of them use BBC Hausa. So if you click on see all, you're going to see all of them. Most of them attend the video ministries. You see how incredible this thing is. Really, really incredible. Okay. They love reading. They like listening to Tope Alabi and Rihanna. The footballer they like most is Cristiano Ronaldo. Of course, everybody likes Ronaldo. Osazo Odewinge. Are you kidding me? And they love John Cena. I love John Cena too. The banks they use is usually GT Bank, First Bank, Zenith Bank, First City Monument Bank. Now, you have to write down all of these things that you're finding out because this is the things that you're going to use when you want to run adverts. These are the places that you are going to target when you start to run adverts. Okay. You also like Pastor Adeboye or attend his church. They also like Omotola Jalabeka and they like politicians that they like is Goodluck Jonathan and Barack Obama. They like Konga, they shop on Konga, they shop on ShopRite Nigeria, they shop on Jumia, they like Don Moen, and so on and so forth. Okay? Which newspapers do they read? They read Information Nigeria website. So you can advertise on Information Nigeria. They read Vanguard News, they read Pulse, BBC News. They also read Nige.com, Sahara Reporters, Gold.com, and Buzz Nigeria. They use MTN. Their favorite book is the Bible. The comedians they like, the professional teams they support, Chelsea, Manchester, Arsenal, Real Madrid, and Barcelona. Okay, so these are other pages that are most likely relevant for your audience. MTN Nigeria, Nige, okay, Nige.com. There you go. Okay. Okay, so now location, where are they? Where are they based in Nigeria? We want to know exactly where they are in Nigeria. You don't want to just guess, right? Okay, so it's loading, I guess. It's wasting a lot of time, lot of time, lot of time. Let me just refresh it again. Okay, the internet is acting up, so we really can't check for the locations right now. So, but basically, when you do this on your own, okay, I want you to do this on your own. Go to check out the locations. It's going to show you the cities where most of these people are. You're going to see the cities where they are based in. Then you also do the same thing for activity. Okay, so activity is going to show you the number of times that they have posted on Facebook in the last 30 days. You can see it here. It will show you which the internet is acting up right now. Okay, so what I'm going to do is probably I'm going to do a video probably tomorrow or next or the day after tomorrow. I'll do a video about this, about audience insights and how to do this research, and I'll post the video on the group. Okay, so but basically activity will show you the pages that they like, the groups that they like, that they've liked, comment, how many comments have they made in the last 30 days. It will show you which device, which phones do they use to browse. Facebook is killer. They will tell you which do they browse from their desktop, do they browse from their mobile phones. If they browse from their mobile phones, it will tell you this is the percentage that use Android phones, and this is the percentage that use Nokia phones, and then this is the percentage that uses iPhones and all of that. So once you found out all of this, okay, once you found out all of this, what you do is you now put them in here. Okay, sorry, let's go back. What you do again is, let's see. So we're going back to the main, to our main Facebook timeline so that we can do the second part of the research. So the same thing that you did inside audience insights. So the same thing is the second part of research is you still take the same stuff and type in here. So you see, using our married example, we click here and we're trying to find pages and groups that are related to that topic. Okay, so we're trying to find pages and groups that are related to the topic. So over here you see that there's a page called Marriage Today. There's another page called Marriage is Beautiful. These are the top results. But if you want to know exactly what they are, we'll click on them individually. So these are the different marriage pages on Facebook. Why do you want to go to the pages? You want to go to the pages, you want to see the pages, look at the pages, see what kind of products that they are creating so that you can also create similar stuff. Are they writing books? You write a book. Are they doing videos? You do a video. Are they doing live events? You also do live events. So you incorporate, you borrow ideas, you copy. Okay, don't track new parts. Take what is already working and do it for yourself. Okay, so we look at groups. Aha, right fit marriage is here. Okay, so that's one of the top groups. Okay, there's other ones, marriage talks. Okay, this is marriage counseling, and it has 31,000 members. Marriage affairs, marriage seminar extra. Of course, many of these, I wouldn't know how well run these other groups are, but the fact that people are in there and they're not leaving the group shows that they like the group. So basically what you want to do with these groups is you want to join the groups, you want to look at what questions people are asking, okay, so that you want to see what products people are recommending, so that you check them out and see what you can borrow. That's actually the whole idea of this second part of the research. So once you have done all of that, okay, you come back and then you take all of that information that you got from Google, from audience insights in Facebook. How old are they? You put their age range. What's their sex? Are they male or are they female? You put it down. Where do they live? Country, state, city. You put it down. Where do they work? Do they work in administrative? Do they work in arts and film? Are they single? Are they married? Are they engaged? How much do they earn? Okay. What's the education level? I showed you how to find out all of these things right now in audience insight. So what current frustrations do they feel when it comes to your topic? Write down at least 5. You find this out when you look at the groups and the pages. That's where you find out what current frustrations, because you read other people's posts, you see the questions that they're asking, okay? What publications do they read? What TV shows do they watch? What kind of products or services are they already buying? Okay, so once you find out all of this, you now have an idea what kind of customers you are going to attract, what their age range is, what their sex is, where they work. So you already know who your ideal customer is. And every product that you create, every advertising that you write, everything that you do, you make it to target those people, and you exclude every other person who doesn't match that targeting. Every other person who doesn't match that targeting is not your business. Okay? Anybody who doesn't match that targeting is not your business. So basically, this is how you do all of this. So we are at the end of this webinar. If you have any questions, go back to the group. Drop your questions there. I will try as much as possible before I go to bed tonight to answer those questions. If you don't have any questions, if you just have any comments on the webinar, did you hear my voice really clear? Was it an awesome webinar? Whatever it is you want to say about it, just let me know what your thoughts are. I want to thank each and every one of you for being here today. There were 55 of you. I think 51 people left right now out of 101 attendees. So I just want to tell you guys that I appreciate you being here, for taking 2 hours of your time. I know it's a really bad time. I already chose that time before I realized that it was a really bad time. So the next webinar we're going to have next week, Wednesday, we're going to have these webinars once every week. Okay. The next webinar we're going to have next week, Wednesday, we're going to start quite early, probably around 7 in the evening, so that we can finish early and we can go do some other things. So thank you guys for coming. Thank you for coming. If you are paid up, if you are paid up already for the class, we are going to continue with the other modules. If you're not paid up, sorry, you can't get the other modules. You're only getting this one. Okay. So, but we're going to if you're already paid up for the class, we're going to continue with the other modules. I'm going to be sending you guys information for how to access it, going forward. So let me know what you think. Thank you. God bless and good night.